the board, would you kindly call the roll?
Freeholder Carter. Freeholder Estrada.
Present.
Freeholder Hudak.
Here.
Freeholder Jallo.
Here.
Freeholder Kowalski.
Here.
Freeholder Mirabella.
Present.
Freeholder Wright.
Here.
Vice Chairman Granados.
Present.
Chairman Bergen.
Present.
Chairman, you have 8 freeholders present.
Thank you. Would you please lead us in prayer and the salute to the flag?
Humbly we ask God, the giver of peace and the lover of charity, to give the entire family of nations true agreement with his will, and to grant the light of his Spirit on all who work for justice and peace.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Clerk of the board, would you kindly read the notice of compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act?
The chair wishes to announce that pursuant to the requirements of New Jersey statutes annotated, Title 10, Chapter 4, Section 10 of the Open Public Meetings Act, adequate notice of this meeting of the Board of Chosen Freeholders of the County of Union has been given by mailing the annual meeting schedule for the year 2016, along with periodic changes necessitated by circumstances, to the newspapers circulating within the County of Union who are designated to receive such notice, and by posting the annual meeting schedule for the year 2016 in the Administration Building, and further, by filing the annual meeting schedule for the year 2016 with the Office of the County Clerk.
Thank you. We will approve communication at our regular meeting, which will be 2 weeks from tonight, March 31st. Now we'll move into the departmental resolutions. First, Department of Administrative Services, Acting Director Mike Yuska.
Good evening, freeholders. The department has 2 resolutions, both an insurance policy and a bond that we do every year. Be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. Freeholders, any questions? Seeing none, thank you, Director.
Thank you, sir.
Move on to Department of Economic Development, Acting Director Amy Wagner.
Good evening. The Department of Economic Development has 2 resolutions for your consideration, and I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Freeholders? Freeholder Kowalski.
Yes. On number 1, just to let the public know, we have been doing this for quite some time. And are there any changes for this year? Or?
For number 1, that is it's going to focus only on out-of-school youth, which is a shift in the focus with the change from WIA to WIOA. So that it'll change in how it's scoped, because we don't have any programs currently that are only focused on out-of-school youth.
Okay. Thank you.
Anyone else? Seeing no other questions, thank you, Director. Department of Engineering, Public Works, and Facilities Management, Director Joe Graziano.
Good evening, Chairman, freeholders. The department has 4 resolutions on tonight for your consideration. I'll try and answer any questions you have.
Any questions? Okay, thank you, Director.
Thank you, Chairman.
Department of Finance, Director B.B. Taylor.
Good evening, Chairman and members of the board. The Department of Finance has 1 resolution for your consideration this evening, and I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions on temporary budget? Seeing none, thank you.
Thank you.
Department of Human Services, Director Frank Guzzo.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. The Department of Human Services has 4 resolutions on, and I'll attempt to answer any questions you have at this time.
Any questions for the Director? Freeholder Kowalski.
Director, can you let us know what the change is in CSBG funding this year?
You're referring to number 3?
Number 3, yes.
Yeah, number 3, it's really not a change on this resolution, freeholder. It really is changing an account number that you previously awarded under a resolution, and the CSBG requires you to put another resolution through in order to memorialize that. So there's no other change other than that. It's a housekeeping item.
Okay.
Anything else? Vice Chair.
Thank you, Chairman. I just want to make a comment on number 2. I attended the ceremony last year in reference to the Second Chance program, and it's definitely a great program that individuals go through the Human Services Department and really get an opportunity to have a second chance at life through the different resources you guys provide. So I just want to say thank you for all the service you guys do with that program. Thank you.
Thank you, Freeholder.
Thank you, Vice Chairman. Anybody else? Okay, thank you, Director.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Department of Parks and Recreation, Director Ronald Zuber.
Good evening, Chairman and Freeholders. Department of Parks and Recreation has one item on tonight's agenda, and I'll try to answer any questions you have.
Yes, Freeholder.
In reference to your only item, did that go through an RFP process?
Yes, it did.
Okay.
Any other questions? Thank you, Director. Department of Public Safety, Director Andrew Moran.
Good evening, Chairman, members of the board. Department of Public Safety has 2 resolutions on the printed agenda for your consideration. I have a third I'd like to propose, requesting adoption of our 2016 countywide all hazardous mitigation plan. We were just recently notified by the state police that it's been approved by both the state and FEMA.
Yes, Freeholder Carter.
In reference to number 1, this is a 3-year period, but this is something we did previously?
Yes, this is a program that the county has participated in for, let's say, at least the last 10 years. It's organized by the Elizabeth Department of Health, but the county has historically contributed 20% of the cost of the program. Last year, the Freeholder Board approved 50% match, and municipalities contribute the other 50%.
Okay. And what is this in comparison, the amount to the last 3 years?
This is the same amount that was last year. The contract includes a 5% increase for next year and the 3rd year of the contract, but this dollar amount is the same as last year.
Okay, thank you.
Freeholder Estrada.
Director, number 1 again, we have, that I recall, we have never approved 3 years at a time. Is that something new, or?
It is. It's usually a yearly contract.
Right.
UMD&J requested we make it a 3-year contract for services this year.
Any special reason, just that they requested it, or?
It's just at their request, and we wanted to lock in the price.
So we're locking in a 3-year, 5% increase every year?
It's up to a 5% increase. That's the max it could go up.
Okay, so, I'm sorry, maybe I don't understand. 221,887, now, normally we participate in the area, what, 90,000 or 50,000 a year? Our contribution used to do 25,000 a year, now we're doing 50. 50 times 3 years is 150,000, and this is 221,887.
For the first year, it's 70,384.
Why did it go up? How much was it last year?
It was 50%. We paid 50% of the contract amount last year. The total contract was 140,000 and change. That amount hasn't changed.
Okay. I don't know. Okay. You think this is a good deal to lock it in 3 years contract with 5% increase every year?
I do.
You do.
The fee is based on the price for the nurse case manager that administrates the plan for the county. They supervise and provide case management for TB patients that are not insured in Union County. In some cases, they meet clients at their facility. Other times, they do house visits and counseling at the patient's house. Other patients that are non-compliant with their medications, they actually go to the house and make sure that they're taking their medication to prevent the spread of the disease.
So Union County pays a total of $140,000 a year. We paid 71 and they.
No, the total cost is $140,000. We pay $70,384 for this first year of this contract. That price of $221,887 is the maximum it could be, a not to exceed number over the 3-year period.
Maybe, you know what we'll do? We'll take this up in the committee, because I understand that we have a necessity in terms of dealing with issues of TB, but I don't recall ever seeing any specific numbers, whether things that they're doing for this money. I know that I spoke to the health director in Elizabeth, and she indicated to me that she would be very happy if we would take the whole amount. I said, well, I wasn't willing to take the 50%, but my colleagues felt that, you know, you have a lot of pressure there with Sergio sitting in that committee last year to get you to 50, but not this guy sitting here. Because I guess the biggest contributors is both Plainfield and Elizabeth, if I don't understand, but there's people throughout the county that fall into this category.
All 21 municipalities.
Yeah. So maybe this is something we'll take up at the committee level, find out more specific and see what we can do.
Certainly.
Thank you.
Thank you, Freeholder. Any other comments or questions? Yes, Freeholder Hudak.
Thank you, Chairman. Director, in regard to number 2, the Neptune fire system, that's the system, the large hose system that is brought into large fires. It's deployed throughout the state, correct?
That is correct.
And that was what they used in Seaside Park when they had the big boardwalk fire and the
Seaside Park.
what was it, the bakery fire and a lot of the large incidences.
They used it to pump out the Lincoln Tunnel too, after Sandy.
Wow. Okay, great. This is a not to exceed. So is this just for? I'm assuming adapters. That's for the maintenance for the connections of the hoses.
It's actually the couplings that attach the different lengths of hose together.
Okay.
These are couplings allow the firefighters to deploy the Neptune system quicker and safer.
Are they a one-time usage for the equipment? Like once it's been deployed, are the couplings no longer good?
Oh, no.
So this is just to have a contract in case things have to be replaced, because after deployment.
This is to replace older couplings that
Okay.
are a little difficult to work with. They've redesigned the couplings so they need less personnel to put those lengths of hose together.
Okay.
And they could do it quicker.
Okay. Thank you, Director. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you. Anybody else? Director, staying with number 2, the payment for that is coming from UASI grant funds, is that
Yes.
correct?
Yes,
So,
4 of those couplings are going to be for the systems that deployed in Union County, and 4 go to Morris County.
very good. And just on the third item that you're adding on, if you can just get back up to the board as soon as possible.
Certainly.
Thank you. Any other questions? Thank you, Director.
Thank you.
Office of the County Council, Mr. Barry.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Office of the County Council has 4 items on tonight's agenda, and I'd be happy to answer any questions the board may have.
Any questions? Seeing none, thank you, Mr. Barry.
Welcome.
Office of the County Manager.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Office of the County Manager has 3 resolutions, and I would request adding a 4th subject to approval by Open Space Committee relative to a survey or piece of property in the city of Summit. With regard to the first 2 resolutions, these agreements are in line with typical agreements that we've had with our other bargaining units in those terms and conditions over the last few years. Thank you.
Any questions, Freeholders? Seeing none, thank you, Mr. County Manager. Do any freeholders have any additional resolutions to add, or are there any friendly amendments on the freeholder resolutions? Yes, Freeholder Kowalski.
Yes, if Freeholder Jallo has no objection, I'd like to join him on number 4, and I will also have an additional condolence reso.
And I'd like to with the freeholders' permission, join on number 4 as well.
Can we do it from the
So
board?
I'd like to join on number 4, and I also had a resolution for another city.
Okay. Did you catch that, Mr. Clerk?
Can we actually do that, number 4, from the entire board,
Is that
if you don't mind, freeholder?
freeholders? Okay,
And I also have a condolence.
okay. Mr. Clerk, you got that? Number
Yes.
4 will be from the board. I think there are 3 add-ons that will come in.
That is correct.
Anybody else? Yes, Freeholder Estrada.
Hopefully that Al Mirabella will allow me to join him on number 5.
Certainly.
Yeah.
Chairman, for number 5, please. If Al's okay with that.
Yeah, we should do that one.
Yeah.
Maybe,
Okay.
can we?
Then,
can we
number
do that?
5 from the board as
Yeah.
well. Thank you. Anybody else? Seeing none, we have need for an executive session this evening. County Council, please read the statement relative to tonight's executive session.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Pursuant to the provisions of the Open Public Meetings Act, public body may enter into executive session for the purposes of discussing certain enumerated subjects. This board now wishes to enter into executive session for the purpose of discussing attorney-client privilege communication and discussions relative to potential contract negotiations for a food truck music carnival 2016. Minutes of the executive session shall be separated from the minutes of the open public session. Minutes of the executive session, redacted as appropriate and necessary, shall be available in approximately 30 days. Clerk to the board shall retain the original minutes till such times the confidential limitations have been removed, at which time they should be made available. Upon the affirmative vote of a majority of the members present, the board may retire to executive session. Upon the board's return, as this is an agenda meeting, it will not take any formal action on the matters discussed.
Thank you, County Council. May I please have a motion to enter executive session?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
Motion made by Freeholder Mirabella, seconded by Freeholder Kowalski. Clerk of the board, please call the roll.
Freeholder Carter,
Yes.
Freeholder Estrada,
Yes.
Freeholder Hudak,
Aye.
Freeholder Jallo,
Aye.
Freeholder Kowalski,
Yes.
Freeholder Mirabella,
Aye.
Freeholder Wright,
Yes.
Vice Chairman Granados,
Aye.
Chairman Bergen.
Aye.
Chairman, you have 9 votes in the affirmative.
Thank you. We're now in executive session. May I please have a motion to return?
So moved.
Motion made by Freeholder Hudak, seconded by Freeholder Mirabella. Clerk of the board, please call the roll.
Freeholder Carter,
Yes.
Freeholder Estrada,
Yes.
Freeholder Hudak,
Aye.
Freeholder Jallo,
Aye.
Freeholder Kowalski,
Yes.
Freeholder Mirabella,
Aye.
Freeholder Wright,
Yes.
Vice Chairman Granados,
Aye.
Chairman Bergen.
Aye.
Chairman, you have 9 votes in the
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. County Council, anything to announce as a result of the executive session?
Nothing to report. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. May I please have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you all.